Hello friends. Today we will start with the next topic of operating system, file access methods. In the previous lecture we have studied about file, functions of file, types of file structure. So today we will start with file access methods. File access method means it is a process that determines the way that the files are accessed and read into memory, by which way we can read the files and access the file. So there are three methods of file access. The first method is sequential access, next is direct access, and the third one is index sequential access. I will explain you all the methods in detail one by one by taking example. So first method is sequential access. Sequential access. In this type of file access method, records are accessed in a certain predefined way, in a linear way. So, in a sequential access method, information stored in the file is also processed one by one. So, in the sequential access, we have to access all the records one after the another, that is one by one, in linear way or in sequential way. The real life example of sequential access is linear search. As we use linear search to search the elements, in the linear search we have to search all the elements one by one. We can't skip any element or we can't move directly to any middle element. So it is same like this method, sequential access. There is one more real life example, tape records. As we used in the earlier times tape recorders. So when we use tape recorder, there is no direct way to directly play the 5th or the 10th song. We have to listen the songs in sequential order one after the another. Next method of file access is direct or random access. Direct means the random access method allows to access the records directly. Means each record has its own address on which can be directly accessed for reading and writing. So direct access allows us that we can directly access any record, either 5th or 10th. So the real life example of direct access is binary search. In the binary search we can directly access the middle element of the list. There is one more real life example of direct access is as nowadays we use CD and DVD. So it is up to you and it is your choice. You can directly select any song and you can play it directly rather than executing it one by one, one after the another. There is no way to execute all the songs one by one. So this is direct access method. Third method to access the file is index sequential method. As the name is index sequential, in this method we make use of index. In this access method, an index is built for every file with a direct pointer to different memory blocks. So, the real life example of index sequential access is book. As you people use book, when you open book and suppose you have to search regarding any topic or you have to check the name of any chapter, you can directly check through the index rather than you will start searching by turning the page one by one. What you people prefer, look at the index. Then check the availability of that topic, and if you find the topic, you can directly check the page number and you can directly access that chapter. So in the index sequential method, the index is searched sequentially, that is one after the another. It means you have to check the index of the book sequentially, and once you find it, you can directly move to that page and its pointer can access the file directly. So these three are the file access method by which we can access the files which are stored in computer. There is one more method, one more topic of operating system. Students, I have told you regarding the operating system, properties of operating system, functions of operating system, and different types of operating system. There is one more topic regarding operating system. How many different types of operating system we people are using in our real life? So Windows is one of the main operating system. So let's start with this. Windows operating system. There are 4 to 5 operating systems in your syllabus with little description. So I will explain all these. Windows operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation to run personal computer. Each version of the window include graphical user interface, means every version of Windows provide graphical user interface. I have told you in the earlier video that what is graphical user interface. That is, we can make use of pointer, we can make use of mouse to operate the computer, which allows the user to view the files and folders in the Windows. Windows has been the most widely used operating system for personal computer. Different versions of Windows are also available, like Windows 3.5, 4.0, Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 10. Next is GUI features of Windows. What are the features of Windows? The first feature is icon. What is icon? Icons are the small folders, like small boxes that appears on the desktop of the computer. So by clicking on the icons, you can directly move into that folder or you can access that particular thing. Next is menu. Menu is whenever you right click on any of the icon, it displays your drop down list, the list with multiple options, and by using this you can select any option. There is no need to remember the commands to operate the computer. So you just have to right click and you will get a list, and you can easily select any of the item or any of the thing that whatever you want. Next feature is drag. Drag means it allows us, you can move the things from one location to another. It means you just have to once click on the item and then drag it by clicking on the mouse. And after dragging at the destination position wherever you want, just remove your hand from the mouse. So drag is used to move the things. Resize. Resize is used to resize the to change the size of the window. You can also change the size of the window. Close. Close is, you people must know that what is close. It appears on the upper right hand side of the window with the X sign with the cross. So it is very simple, just click on it, it will close the window. Minimize is represented with underscore. You just have to click on it, it will minimize the window. Same maximize is used to maximize the window. With just few clicks, you can operate the computer. So students, GUI made the use of computer very easy for a normal person. So you can easily use by using GUI features of the computer. Next is Windows 98. Windows 98 is an operating system developed by Microsoft as a part of its 9X family of Microsoft Windows. It was released on May 25th, 1998, and it was an improvement on Windows 95. Windows 98 was developed after Windows 95. It is a hybrid of 16-bit and 32-bit. Windows 98 is available in both 16-bit or as in 32-bit with a boot stage based on MS-DOS. Next is Windows 98 is heavily web integrated, means it supports all the web services. Next feature of Windows 98 was it has improved USB support and accessibility, as well as support for hardware advancements as DVD players. It supports all the USB and DVD players. It also introduced new features like disk cleanup, Windows update, internet connection sharing, etc. So these all are the features of Windows 98. Next is Windows NT. After the Windows 98, there was a new window, Windows NT. NT means new technology. So it is a family of operating system produced by Microsoft. Windows NT is a Microsoft Windows personal computer which is mainly designed for users and business that needs advanced capability. So it was developed to provide advancement in the business and to the users. It is designed specially for business users who need faster performance. In this, server is designed to provide services for network attached computers. The first version of Windows NT was released on 27th July 1993. It also supports multiprocessing and multi-user operating system. Windows NT was purely 32-bit version, and it is a multi-architecture operating system. It supports multiple instruction set architectures, and the main features of Windows NT are Windows Shell, Windows API, Native API, Windows Store, Windows Update. So these all were the features of Windows NT. Next, and the very latest operating system is Linux. Linux is an open source operating system which is based on Linux kernel. See, the open source software means it is free to download, whereas Windows is not a open source software. Every time if you have to use original Windows, you have to buy it by paying the cost of that, and it is very costly to buy. But Linux is an open source software. It means it is free to download and anyone can download it on your computer. It is free to download. It has been around since mid-1990s and has reached a user base that spans the globe. Linux is actually everywhere. It's in your phones, cars, refrigerators, televisions, etc. Now the main advantages of Linux over the Windows are it is platform independent. Means the user is not limited to particular area where is his PC, or where are if the contents are stored in the PC, he has to go to that place to access that contents. Linux is platform independent, means if your contents are stored on one PC, in Linux, we make use of usernames and passwords. When you log in onto the another computer by using the same username and password, but it is necessary that there must be some networking. Then if you log in on some other computer, you can access all your data on that computer. It is exactly like you use cloud computing. You people make use of cloud computing. As you are independent, that you can open your email account anywhere or on any computer, same where Linux is platform independent. And the main advantage of the Linux over the Windows is it is one of the most secure and reliable operating system. Linux is one of the most secure operating system. So that was all about Windows, different versions of Windows and Linux. Now we will start with next topic. So now we start the next topic of operating system, next and last topic of operating system. Security threats. What is security threat? Security threats can be software attacks, attacks by virus, worms and Trojan horse. Security threats are the attacks which try to theft or which try to steal your data, to update your information, to edit your information. It can be in any form, like theft of intellectual property, identity theft, theft of equipment, etc. So we will, in this section, we will study about different type of threats by virus, worms and Trojan horse. So next topic is threats to information security. Threat can be anything that can take advantage of a vulnerability to breach security, and that can try to alter, erase your data, to attack your social media accounts, harm objects, anything like this. Now, many people think that virus, worms, Trojan and malware all are same things, but they are not same. They are different things and they behave in different manner. So let's start with the worms. What is worm? A computer worm is a standalone program. Standalone program means it is a full-fledged program. It is a standalone malware computer program that replicates itself in order to spread to other computers. That replicates means it can produce its copies to spread other computers. So worm is a totally standalone program, independent program, which can also produce its copies to infect other computers. It often uses computer network to spread itself. Computer worms use recursive method to copy themselves. It means they copy themselves in recursive way. In some particular way, recursive means worms produce its copies at multiple stages, and it works without host program and distribute themselves based on the law of exponential growth, and then infect more and more computers in a very short time. Computer worm is a type of malicious software whose primary function is to infect other computers while remaining active on infected system. It remains active on infected system, and from that infected system tries to infect other computers. So worm is also a self-replicating that duplicates itself to spread uninfected computers. Next is worm also make use of operating system that are automatic and invisible to the user. It is common for the worms to be noticed only when their uncontrolled replication consumes system resources and slowing the another task. Damage by worms. Worms cause damage which is similar to virus. Means they most commonly cause damage which is most commonly similar to virus, like stealing sensitive information, corrupting files, and one more thing that worms can do is they install a backdoor for remote access to the system. Worms are not viruses because virus need a host computer, whereas worm is independent program and it can operate without host computer. Next, virus. What is virus? A computer virus is a malicious software program loaded into user computer without the user knowledge and perform malicious actions. A computer virus is not a standalone program. As worms, virus is not a standalone program. It is the main difference between virus and worm. So, virus is a code. It is simply a code snippet that inserts itself into some other application. And when that application runs, it executes the virus code with results that range from irritating to the disasters. Virus can cause disaster to your computer. So virus is not a standalone complete program like worm. Virus is just a small code which hides itself into any program, and when user execute that program, it executes the virus, and once the virus executes, it starts infecting your computer. So the most common reason of the spread of the virus is internet, and there is one more reason. When we click on applications or when we download applications through random sites, it may also contain virus. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with next topic related to virus. What are the types of virus and how virus infects the system, and next is about Trojan horse. So that's all for today. So students, there is one more thing that every year, every question paper must have one or two questions from this topic regarding file. That what are the access method? Question can be in any form, but every year there must be one or two questions from file access method or operations of file. So question can be in any form, like what are the file access methods, or it can be explain index sequential access method in detail, or write about sequential access method. So whether they asked for a single thing or all the methods, you have to write about all three methods in short if they ask for all the three methods. But if they ask for one single method, in that case you can write the names of three methods and explain in detail whatever they have asked. Next question is functions of file, or it can be in another form like what are the operations of file. The question can be what are the operations that we can perform on file. So in that case you have to write the operations of file like create, delete, write, read, and in one line you have to explain the every operation, like create is used to create the file, write is when you have to write the contents in the file, whereas read is used to only perform read operation. In case of read operation you can't apply write operation to the file and renaming of the file. So these types of questions are normally asked in your final paper regarding the file. What is file? What are the operations of file? What are the file access methods? Sometimes it can be like what is the file structure. So in that case you have to write there are three types of files: text file, object file, and source file. And it can also be in another form like what are the attributes of file. So in case of attributes means you have to write about the properties of the file. Like property means every file must have location, size, type, date and time, name, and all. So that was all for today, and these are the important questions regarding the file system. And tomorrow we will start with next topic.